Ever notice how women say they want a nice guy? A man that treats her well, is kind, romantic, and thoughtful. But as soon as they get him, they run the other way?
I've always said, like, I want a nice guy. Well, I've never said that. I've always been into, like, the dickheads or, like, the douchebags of the male community because I was so traumatized by them fuckers. I'm sitting there being like, I want a nice man. Like, why can't a guy just come to my life and be so nice and, like, be obsessed with me? And then I find, like, a guy that's really nice and I am so thrown off. Like, I really did find a guy who's, like, super fucking nice. Like, the most respectful, like, anything I really need, like, he's gonna do it for you. I'm sitting there like, yeah. Like, I'm the problem. I'm the fucking problem. I do want a healthy relationship. Okay, I really do. More than anything, that's what I want. I just still need a guy who, like, gives me a run for my money. I'm so the fucking problem because, like, you're nice. Like, literally, like, Connor from Love Island vibes. But, like, it's just too nice.
That's not a rare story. It's a pattern. As she puts it, she wants a guy who gives her a run for her money. And when he doesn't, when he hands himself over too easily, the attraction fades. Women say they want kindness and consistency, but when they get it, without any friction, mystery, or tension, they check out. They're not rejecting kindness, they're rejecting flatness, emotional neutrality. Because what they're really wired to respond to is emotional stimulation, even if that stimulation sometimes comes from chaos. You see, attraction often forms through highs and lows, through uncertainty, challenge, and tension. When a relationship feels too calm, too predictable, it feels boring. Not because women want to be treated badly, but because they want to feel something. And when there's nothing to chase, nothing to figure out, nothing to react to, it starts to feel emotionally dead. And psychology backs this up. Studies from the University of Denver show that both ends of the emotional spectrum can kill relationships. Couples who are constantly fighting or breaking up, high risk of failure. But couples who are too stable, calm, steady, emotionally flat, report boredom, disconnect, and eventually drift. Why? Because as humans, we all have two competing emotional needs. The need for certainty, comfort, safety, predictability, and the need for variety, surprise, challenge, and excitement. Too much certainty, and we feel bored. Too much variety, and we feel unsafe. That's why the guy who texts her nonstop gets ignored, while the one who leaves her on red keeps her checking her phone. This isn't just about relationships. It's everywhere. We want a stable career until it starts to feel repetitive. Then we want to start a business, move cities, chase freedom. We want routine until routine becomes a prison. Then we crave spontaneity, risk, new experiences. Even in entertainment, we rewatch our favorite show to feel safe, then turn it off and look for something totally new. We are wired to seek balance between comfort and stimulation. And in dating, this internal conflict shows up most clearly in women. Because the nice guy offers comfort, predictability, peace, but eventually she gets restless. The bad boy offers tension, challenge, emotional highs, but over time, she feels exhausted. So what does she do? She swings between the two. One gives her peace, the other gives her feeling, but neither gives her both. That's the real problem. At this point, the obvious question comes up. If women say they want kindness, why do they keep choosing guys who treat them badly? Here's the truth. She's not attracted to the abuse. She's not looking to be mistreated. It just so happens that the guy who acts like a dick usually brings something else to the table. Boundaries, detachment, tension, emotional contrast. Meanwhile, the nice guy offers kindness, but it often comes wrapped in neediness. He can't say no. He overinvests too quickly. He makes her the center of his world, and he quietly hopes that effort will earn him love. She'll take it, sure. The compliments, the attention, the princess treatment. And that's where most people get confused, because women will say they want a man who worships the ground she walks on, someone who treats her like a queen, spoils her, prioritizes her, and yes, in the short term, she absolutely wants that. But here's the catch. It satisfies her emotionally, not psychologically. It gives her comfort, but it doesn't hold her interest. She'll enjoy it for a while, maybe even a few months. She might even say she wants to be the center of his world. But the moment she truly becomes it, the attraction starts to die. Women don't stay long-term with men who make them feel too powerful, too certain, too in control. Because when she gets everything too easily, when there's no mystery, no tension, no resistance, she gets bored and leaves. Or worse, stays and cheats behind his back.
So, what are you thinking your, intentions are with me? Oh, well, I actually really like you, and I love hanging out with you, so I kind of want to keep doing that so that maybe it could be more one day? Wait, what? Seriously? Yeah? You see, that just seems a little, too easy for me, you know? So let me get this straight. Me actually being nice to you and respecting you is too easy for you? Yeah, I mean, you can't be too nice to me all the time. You gotta throw in a little bit of meanness here and there, you know? It just kind of keeps me on my toes. So no more nice, just mean? No, not just mean. You know, a little bit nice, a little bit mean. A sprinkle of both. So I have to be toxic to keep you interested.
She says she wants a guy who's a little bit nice and a little bit mean. And on the surface, that sounds absurd. Why would anyone want that? What she's really seeking is contrast, the feeling that she's emotionally on her toes. That's the challenge she's craving, even if she doesn't call it that. If you spend every waking hour with someone, you'll eventually crave distance. If everything is peaceful all the time, your mind starts looking for some excitement. It's the same with food. You eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. But if you're constantly starving, you're in pain. And if you keep overeating, you feel sick. Both extremes make you miserable. When a man satisfies a woman too soon, gives her all his time, attention, emotion, and affection up front, there's nothing left to want. No anticipation, no curiosity, nothing to chase. It feels good in the moment, but it ends the pursuit. He can give, but nothing should come too easily. Because just like everything else in life, we don't value what we don't have to earn. Attraction fades when everything comes without effort. If you get everything given to you for free, you don't value it. The spark comes from just enough uncertainty, from feeling like she has him, but hasn't fully secured him, from a craving that's never completely satisfied. So how does this look in practice? Spend time with her, laugh with her, connect, but don't make her your mission. Have your own world, your own momentum, your own path. Let her join your life. Don't hand it over. Be good to her, thoughtful, present, but don't try to meet her every need the second it appears. Satisfying everything too easily kills the desire for more. Be emotionally available, but not emotionally exposed. Let her in gradually. Keep some mystery. Let her wonder. Say no when it matters. Set boundaries. Hold your ground. If she pushes, it's not to break you. It's to feel your edge. You don't need to play games. You don't need to be a dick. You just need to stop giving away your entire self without resistance. Because here's the truth. The moment you make her the center of your world, you stop being the man she was drawn to in the first place. What keeps her interested isn't full access, it's the tension, the challenge, the sense that she's close but never fully in control. She stays attracted when she feels just a little unsatisfied, when there's always something left to earn. She needs to feel she's with a man of value, one who gives just enough to enjoy, but never quenches her thirst. That's what keeps the spark alive. If you found this video insightful, you might like another one on a similar topic. Click on the thumbnail to watch or keep exploring. Also, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel.